at this photo?
Son, this is Coimbra where I studied. Let me tell you a story about Coimbra. When I received the confirmation that I would be studying in Coimbra, there was a sea of emotions. I don't know if I was happy or sad, but one thing I knew, I was reluctant. I had always dreamed of studying in Europe, and in Portugal I applied for the universities of Lisbon, Oporto and Coimbra. I was accepted in Coimbra. The truth is that it was not my first choice at all. I did not know the city, its customs, nothing. Finally, the big moment arrived and my adventure was about to start. It was very hard to leave my family, friends, my comfort zone. I remember that when I arrived to Coimbra, I had trouble getting out of the taxi. My legs refused to move, my heart was so tight that I could hardly breathe. I felt insecure that day and I wanted to go home. Then, after a sparkle of courage and a few words from the taxi driver, I decided to move. The taxi driver dropped me at Largo da Portagem, facing the Mondego River, which reflected the sun in that day. I will never forget that image, such beauty. Tiptoeing, I entered the republic where I was going to stay and spend a few years of my life, and my world began to rise again and gain color. I was greeted with a hug by João and a hello by Maria, my housemates. At that precise moment, I knew all along that my stay in Coimbra would be less painful than I had imagined. João and Maria showed me everything, taught me to love Coimbra and see why it is considered UNESCO World Heritage. We went to Machado de Castro Museum, Chopal Woods, the university, and to the downtown and the uptown that is typical of cities with great history. I met Fado, and in spite of not understanding the lyrics, I could confirm the intensity of those songs. One day, after visiting Jardim da Sereia, Maria took me to Penedo da Saudade. There, behind the flashy looking, I met another thing, love.
My head was in the clouds, my heart went crazy too, and madly I said I love you.
And just like that, my staying in Coimbra was about to end. Soon I would not be able to run in Chopal, stare at Mondego and have that refreshing drink in the square at the end of the day. Now I miss the late nights, friends and that very own culture that we only can find in Coimbra. The day I left for my country, I couldn't help feeling that half of me was going to stay in Coimbra, mainly my emotions and my heart. That day, I realized what Coimbra meant to me, and there's only one Portuguese word that has no translation anywhere that can describe this moment. Saudade. Do you know what that means, son? Now understand the meaning of that song.